Hi, guys. All right. We have a situation here in Canada. We need to get this information out. This is a red alert for all Canadians. There is a very probable attack on the Olympics or something happening at the Olympics. Here is CBC News with a bit more information for you.
Well, let's turn to the other big story in Canada tonight. The Prime Minister has asked the Governor-General to prorogue or suspend Parliament. So what's behind the move? Well, Hannah Thibodeau is covering this story for us from the nation's capital. Hannah.
Susan, the new year will ring in a new parliamentary session, but it will be weeks later than expected. These halls will remain silent and empty for now.
The next phase of our plan also needs to be clearly outlined to Canadians.
The government says it needs the extra time to outline the next part of its economic action plan, but that won't happen until March. The MP's holiday break was supposed to end January 25th. Now they won't be back until after the Olympics, returning on March 3rd for a throne speech and then a budget the following day.
This is quite routine of having a new speech from the throne.
This constitutional expert disagrees.
The normal purpose of prorogation is just to end a session that is reaching its natural end. Most of its business is done. It's not used to cut a session down when it's going full steam.
More than 30 pieces of legislation, including the new Consumer Product Safety Act and various crime bills, will have to be reintroduced.
All those key bills that Mr. Harper said he had to have, that he said were just so urgent, we're going to be going right back to square one.
Katie, what's your reaction? Why is the Prime Minister doing this now?
This is actually a big question, and I don't have a really good answer for you because I've yet to hear from the Prime Minister's spokesperson or any other Conservatives why it's necessary to prorogue the House today instead of doing what's generally the case. Usually, just a bit of parliamentary procedural trivia here, if you're going to give a throne speech, what you can do is wait until just before the House was scheduled to come back and then prorogue it, say, the Friday before. That way, if something should happen to arise during the month-long recess, which is about to start in January, it would be easy to bring back Parliament to deal with it.
Okay, so what's going on here? So we have the Parliament suspended. We have the Parliament was supposed to be in coming back on January 25th before the Olympics, and it should have been sitting during the Olympics, is now suspended until after the Olympics for no reason at all. Well, the reason that they showed in the clip was because they want more time to inform Canadians about their economic action plan, okay? They're losing all the work that they've done on every bill, including Bill C-6, which we know they were this close to getting through, and now they have to start all over again, okay? And all that work that they did is now gone. And they're willing, Stephen Harper is willing to lose all of that so that they can inform people about their economic action plan.
All they do is bullshit us.
Okay, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, if you believe that, I have some oceanfront property I want to sell you in Montana.
Yeah.
Okay, that is bullshit. This is a red alert here. This doesn't make any sense. Why are they proroguing Parliament till after the Olympics? This doesn't make any sense. Now, look at this here, okay? We have Verint, which is a very suspicious company headed by a former Mossad agent, which has extensive ties also to the CIA, who are now doing the security at Vancouver's International Airport. As well, we have over 10,000 police and military and private contractors doing security in Vancouver, not to mention all the sound cannons and all the other high-tech gear they're bringing in for crowd control. I mean, why are they doing all this?
And let's not forget that Verint was the one that was in charge of security in the London Underground during the 7/7 bombings.
Right, not just that, but it was Verint's cameras that were supposed to be the state-of-the-art cameras that magically on 7/7 didn't work and didn't get any footage, were shut off during the 7/7 attacks. How convenient. They have a horrible track record, unless you want these terrorist attacks to happen.
Right. Why would you hire Verint? And then suspend Parliament. What would happen if there was a terrorist attack during the Olympics while we have a suspended Parliament, Sam?
There's no way of knowing because there's no precedent for it. Harper could declare a national emergency. I'm not a lawyer or an expert on Canadian law. I don't know what kind of powers the Prime Minister can declare in a state of emergency that's declared. So I can't tell you for sure, but none of this makes any sense. So we just want to put this warning out to everybody to call Harper's office and call Peter Van Loan, who is the Minister of Public Safety. We've put the phone numbers in the sidebar on the YouTube page. Phone these people and tell them, you better make sure nothing happens in Vancouver, because if there's an attack on Vancouver during the Olympics, we won't believe you if you try and blame it on somebody else, because this is all too suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Right. It doesn't make any sense because, okay, they have already what they usually have when they have Olympics set up, which is police state that they always say they'll dismantle after, but which of course they never do. They have all this police state stuff set up, and they've hired this company who was implicated or was supposedly responsible for security on 7/7, did a terrible job. Okay, let's just be honest. We know they were involved in a false flag, right? And now they're going to suspend the government. So it really looks very, very suspicious. It just happens to be during the Olympics, and they can't even come up with a valid reason to do it. But they must be really desperate to do it, or they wouldn't.
But the key is that they have suspended. It's not that they're going to suspend Parliament. They have suspended Parliament. It's now suspended till after the Olympics. So we need to let them know that we're watching them. Make a phone call. Post a video response to this video saying, yes, you know about 9/11, 7/7, false flag attacks, and you're watching Vancouver too. Let them know we're all watching them and we're all ready for them to try and pull this. We will not believe them.
I mean, we've just seen this all before, and this just happened again with the Undie bomber.
At least the Undie bomber, people are all over it. Alex Jones is all over it. Everybody, knows it's highly suspicious. There's lots of really weird things about the underwear bomber story, but I don't even know how many people know that Parliament has been suspended until after the Olympics. How many people know that Varant was involved in 7/7 in London and is now in Vancouver? How many people know that? So we're putting this out to get the word out. Please help us spread the word, and please be aware there is a possible, maybe even probable, false flag terror attack at the Olympics in Vancouver in just over a month.